Hi everyone, so I'm back with another poem, and this one is called The Snake Trying by WWE Ross. Now, WWE Ross was born in 1894 and he was a Canadian geophysicist and a poet. The first Canadian poet to write imagist poetry, wherein the poet describes everything vividly and clearly in terms of noise, sound, taste, smell, texture, in order to transport his readers to the place or what he's talking about. He also became the first Canadian poet to write the surrealist poetry. Now, surrealism is when the poets give imagination and dreams as much importance as reason and logic. From the title of the poem, we can make out that the poet wants us to think about this creature, the snake. He wants us to develop a relationship with this creature, and when he says the snake trying, he probably wants us to think about the struggles of the snake. And the theme of the poem could probably be that the poet wants us to educate his readers about this creature, he wants to bust some myths about the snake and his relationship with mankind. Read this beautiful poem and see what the poet has to say. Read the first stanza. The snake trying to escape the pursuing stick with sudden curvings of thin, long body. How beautiful and graceful are his shapes. So it begins with a conflict between the snake and mankind. We see that the snake is trying to escape its attacker. The stick here, of course, that is attacking it, represents humans. The snake here, of course, is caught off guard by its attacker, and therefore it makes this sudden movement. And when it moves suddenly, you can see its body, its long and thin body curving. And here you see the contrast that you have one human being who is attacking the snake, and you have the poet here who, in the next two lines, is admiring and appreciating the beauty of the snake. Of course, has a very different perception of the snake. He finds the snake to be beautiful and graceful in its movement and its shape. It's slender, long, and thin, and the poet actually finds this creature fascinating and beautiful. So, by appreciating the beauty of this creature, the poet is definitely trying to inspire his readers to appreciate this beautiful creature. I think most people have a very, predictable and impulsive reaction when they see a snake. They see a snake as, dangerous and venomous. And usually, the first reaction of everyone towards a snake is to attack it, to kill it. And our defense walls go up when we see a snake. We want to flee. But the poet definitely wants to, shatter all these preconceived notions, and he wants to educate us about this creature. And let's see what he has to say in the further stanzas. Look at the poetic devices used in this stanza. So, of course, the poet has used transferred epithet, and you can read the definition on the slide. So, the pursuing stick here is not referring to the cruelty of the stick, but it is referring to the cruelty of the person who is holding that stick. And I can also say that it is symbolic of all mankind and our reaction towards snakes. The poet is definitely used enjambment, where he doesn't use punctuation at the end of the line and carries forward that idea into the consecutive line. Of course, this could be to because he's overwhelmed by his emotions talking about that idea, or he could not complete his idea in that one particular short line. The poet, of course, has personified the snake because he uses the pronoun his for the snake. He has so much respect for the snake. He appreciates the beauty of this creature, and therefore wants to he wants this love and appreciation for this creature to be contagious. On to the next stanza. He glides through the water away from the stroke. Oh, let him go over the water, into the reeds to hide without hurt. Small and green, he is harmless even to children. So the snake, instead of attacking back, you can see is scared and wants to escape this scenario, and he glides into the water away from this person who is attacking it. That the poet appreciates this creature by the choice of words he uses for the snake. He uses the word glides, which is a smooth and sleek movement, and we can tell that the poet is fascinated by this creature. The poet has strong empathy for this creature, and he literally urges the attacker to let this defenseless creature be and just let him go without being hurt. Do not attack this beautiful creature. The poet wants this creature, the snake, to be safe and sound and, be safe in its haven in the reeds, in the water. In the defense of the poor snake, we see the poet puts forth another argument to tell the readers that it is harmless. He says that, this beautiful, small, green snake, it doesn't even harm children. Last two lines, the poet draws a beautiful analogy and he says, the snake is small and it is this beautiful green color and it is as innocent as children. So let the snake be left alone, and it will not attack you. Just let's all coexist. Once again, I think it is a desperate attempt of the poet to shatter the preconceived notions and about snakes that we all carry. We see a snake and we get scared and we want to kill it. We think it's going to attack us. But the poet is trying to educate us to let this creature be left alone. That, if you come across a snake, there's no need to harm it. There's no need to intentionally pick up something, a stone or a stick, and, throw it at the creature. Let's look at the poetic devices in this stanza. So, of course, the poet has used enjambment once again because he is making this desperate urge to the readers, to leave the snake alone and not judge the snake. Not every snake is lethal and dangerous, and he's overwhelmed by that idea, so he continues that into the next few lines. And of course, he's used alliteration to add to the auditory imagery and to convey his point effectively. Look at the third stanza. Along the sand he lay until observed and chased away, and now he vanishes in the ripples among the green, slim reeds. Once again, in this stanza, the poet defends this beautiful creature and says, this snake, it just lay on the sand. It probably was just basking in the sun or it was waiting for a prey. The snake, of course, was minding its own business, but the minute it was noticed, it was attacked. And that is our first reaction when we see a snake. We think it's lethal and it's going to attack us. Even if the snake doesn't attack us first, we make sure that, we pick up something and we throw it towards the snake to hurt it or to chase it away. But the poet, of course, here wants to encourage us to, build a relationship with nature and learn to coexist. Of course, the snake was there lying on the sand peacefully, but its tranquility and its peace was destroyed the minute it was noticed. And it was forced to leave that place, and it vanishes into these, the water, the green reeds in the water. It is forced to take cover. This poem is very simple. It's very short, but it's very, very impactful. And I think the poet is also trying to encourage us to change our perception not only towards snakes, but the other creatures and towards nature, that we should learn to coexist and we shouldn't see everything as as dangerous and the fact that it's going to attack us, but we should appreciate the beauty and the grace in these creatures and various creatures on earth. Hopefully, when you see a snake next time, you will appreciate the beautiful colors of that creature and the sleek movement and the graceful movement of that creature. Now, with this poem, I think I have completed the series for grade 9 CBSE English poems, and in the next video, I will be starting the grade 10 English poems. But if there is anything else that you want me to help you with, descriptive writing or argumentative writing or letter writing or narrative, or any other extract or from a particular prose that you want me to explain, please feel free to reach out to me in the comments, and I will try my best to help you and explain things to you. If you want me to, help you with the questions and, delve into the techniques of answering those long questions or short question answers, um, again, reach out to me in the comment section. And till then, be good and study hard. Bye.